Good morning. Hope you're well. It is Saturday, 5:50 a.m. Lovely time. This is my peak time, morning. Very morning person. And people often say to me, actually, oh, Matt, I wish I could get up that early. I don't know how you do it. You're up every morning doing your workouts. And I'm like, wow, but know this, in the evening, like 9 o'clock, I'm done. I could head pillow, done. Unless I have a good nap in the afternoon, which I often do, without feeling guilty. Because, as I say to my daughters, I'm off to get some energy. I'm off for a nap. Do you need any energy? No, I'm okay. Or, yes, I do too. They normally say no. And then if I sleep, or I have a little shut my eyes on the sofa in the afternoon for 10 minutes, I wake up and one of them's next to me, fast asleep too. Monkey say, monkey do. Anyway, I want to talk quickly about 3 things you can do today that don't involve really meal planning or, being really specific, stressing over minors, that will kickstart your results, get you thinking about food a bit differently perhaps, thinking about your habits rather than just, is this food better? Is this one better? How much? Da-da-da-da-da. These are actually from my book, by the way, the 31.5 day habit shift. Habit each day that you can track, and it's similar to kind of the principles of what we do in our 28-day kickstart as well. Obviously, that one is a bit more in depth with our accountability and program. However, going into them. So, number 1 is having protein at every meal. Really simple thing that you can do, which we know that protein keeps you full up for longer. It's also important for your skin, hair, nails. I've had people go, oh, I don't get any split nails anymore, Matt. But not to mention that every bolus of protein you have, so every time you have protein, that's also going to help your satiety and how hungry you get later on in the day. So it's not just how much protein you have in the day. It seems that the doses, that if you spread them out, that you have 3 meals a day, nothing kind of crazy, or 2, whatever suits you, then you're going to feel more full up. Now, not to mention that in studies where they overfeed people, morning Michelle, when they overfeed people protein, so you overfeed people protein, they tend to not gain like body fat like they do when they overfeed them carbs and fats. In fact, they actually often maintain muscle or even put on muscle depending on what they're doing, which is really interesting considering that as we age, we do lose a lot of muscle. Joint health is so important to us. So we're trying to strengthen the muscles around the joints. The longer we live, the more likely we are to have operations and illnesses that we need to recover from. That might involve bed rest, hospital rest. So as you can see, it's quite an important thing. And to make this practical, it could be lean meats, eggs, it could be beans, it could be soy, it could be tofu, it could be protein shakes, yogurt, whatever suits you. Okay, just get it in, and you'll probably see a difference in your snacking too. And actually, I find that with a lot of the ladies, when we get that right, actually the snacking, at least physiologically, becomes easier. So, number 2 is kind of a different way. It's looking at more psychological things. It's only when you're sat down. I know this is an obvious thing, but if I'm really aware of this, I just laugh at myself. I might be cutting some cheese up for lunch or whatever, and I'm just picking on the go. I did it yesterday, actually. And it's like, wow, just how much we eat. There's little licks, there's tastes, there's bites, and they might seem insignificant, but you add that up over the day, and sometimes it can be 500 odd calories. That's £1 a week. Is it our metabolism slowing down, or are our habits changing? When we're tired and stressed, we're more likely to pick. Just having that, right, today I'm going to only eat when I'm sat down. Notice the difference. You might just clock yourself every time you go, wow, I would have eaten that. Wow, I would have eaten that. I certainly do it, clearing up the kids' dinners. Yeah. Good job. I have this new thing now, or not new thing, we do it, where I'm like, right, they seem to come back to the dinner table later on when they're actually hungry, and I don't have an issue with that. They know that, rather than say, finish your dinner, or da-da-da. So they might leave for a bit, after breakfast, and then actually they might come back to it in a bit. So that's helped me with that. But anyway, only eating when you're sat down. Number 3 is about water hydration. For a lot of people, they nail this really good. Often I get asked, how much water should you drink? Good question. You hear 2 litres around. It's a pretty good one, but it does depend on what you eat, how long you're up for, the weather, how much exercise you do. So it is a bit of a iffy one, but weeing clear by noon or 3 clear wees a day, generally good. Morning, Stella. Generally good. But with the water, a good rule of thumb that I do, I will have a glass of water first thing in the morning when I have my coffee. And then I'll also have a glass of water before every meal, just as a reminder. So that at the very least, I've had, even if I don't even think about water all day, I've had 4 glasses of water. I'll have more than that. But even if I was out and about, I didn't have access to water, which is, I guess, in today's world, actually a thing that could happen if you were caught out and you didn't have a mask or whatever, then you could be a bit caught out. So at the very least then, I've got that backup plan. I've had that water then. So that is the 3 things. So protein every meal, only when you sat down, and glass of water before every meal. Or you could just couple it with your hot drinks. So every time you have a tea or a coffee, have a glass of water. 3 really simple things. If you're up for doing that today, let me know how you get on. Comment below if you're in with it, and let me know how you get on. Any thoughts, any breakthroughs with this? And these things are so small that if you do them for one day, you might find nothing happens apart from a few thoughts, beliefs are challenged. When you do them for a few days, week, month, you start to stack them on top of each other, all of a sudden, you get that breakthrough. Small habits, compound effect. As I explained yesterday with the Rice Krispies. Scroll down a little bit if you want to see that. How to lose a stone eating Rice Krispies. Anyway, hope that helps. Any questions, let me know. Have a lovely Saturday. See you soon.